There is a bench warrant for your arrest, which is why you're in jail this morning. The allegation is that you failed to appear on January 23rd of 2026 for a show cause hearing. A bond was set in the amount of $2,450 for your failure to appear on the 23rd. Prior failures to appear include December the 18th, at which time we reduced your $2,300 cash performance bond to a PR bond.
Before we dive in, just a quick note. This commentary is created for educational purposes, designed to help those who may be confused or curious about courtroom processes. If you don't find it helpful, feel free to skip ahead. But for those who want a deeper understanding, stay tuned. It's about to get intense. All right, today's case is a pressure cooker. A dad is in jail on a bench warrant, a judge is staring at multiple failures to appear, and the numbers are brutal. $2,450 bond, $536 monthly support, and over $9,000 in arrears. But the real twist? He's arguing, why pay if I can't see my kid? And the court is about to shut that down hard.
And required you to pay $500. You also failed to appear on October the 10th of 2025, August 22nd of 2025, and May 23rd of 2025. I'm going to hear from Ms. Kraus if there's any update. I'll hear from Ms. Marcinkowski, and then Mr. Huffman, I'll hear from you as well. So Ms. Kraus, any update as to what I've said so far?
No, Your Honor. At the January 23rd hearing, we did indicate that the defendant did make a credit card payment on January 13th, but it wasn't the amount that was requested, and it wasn't done by the date requested from the prior support enforcement order.
How much did he pay on the 13th?
He paid $450, and then he did make an additional credit card payment and spoke with the supervisor, a friend of the court, at I think it was like 1:13 the day of the hearing. He indicated that he left me a message, and I have not followed up with him. Indeed, he did, but he left me a voicemail while I was in court with you at approximately 10 something that morning. So I haven't had any good contact with him in regards to that. And additionally, like you had indicated, there had been 3 previous bench warrants, all reduced to PR with conditions that he's either failed to comply with those conditions and then ultimately failed to appear, and another bench warrant was issued. His support obligation is $536. That sum is composed of $378 for current support, $158 for overdue support, and his arrears balance is $9,377.44.
All right. Ms. Marcinkowski, have you been receiving any payments recently?
That payment of the $400 payment, I received that more towards the 23rd, but not often.
All right. Is there anything else that you want me to be aware of right now?
I don't make a lot of money, and I am paying for Zane to go to daycare, and I made up a total of it's $680 a month for daycare, so I'm paying $8,160 a year for him. Mind you, I have 3 kids, so I'm paying $510 a week for daycare. Stanley has not seen Zane. He does not see him. He does not take care of him.
You don't let me. Hey.
Mr. Huffman,
Sorry.
you're going to be.
This is exactly why judges shut people down instantly, because courtroom decorum matters. The second a defendant starts blurting threats like, "You're gonna be sorry," it hurts their credibility fast. And notice the judge's focus. Today is child support, not parenting time. That separation is going to become a huge problem for him in a minute. What do you think? Was that outburst pure frustration or manipulation?
Yeah, you don't get to shout in court.
Sorry.
You have a chance to say what you need to say, but not right now. All right, Ms. Marcinkowski, today is the day for child support, not necessarily for parenting time. Okay, so any additional information on child support that you have?
Nope.
All right. Have you given the information about your daycare costs to the friend of the court recently?
No.
All right. If you believe that that would be something that needs to be added in and decided about concerning child support, then you need to submit that information to the friend of the court with a request that they change their amount that's due. And then the referee can have a hearing on that and make a decision about whether that should be added or not. So please talk with Ms. Kraus or make that motion on your own, whichever you prefer to do. All right, Mr. Huffman, what do you have to say for yourself?
I try to get a hold of her to see Zane. She says no or ignores me.
Okay.
Or does that face that's hold on. Just let me speak, please. I need to get this out because this has been going on for years. I'm paying so much money.
Today is not about parenting time.
I know I'm not talking about parenting, but I'm saying this leads up to my money situation. Kind of thing.
Go ahead.
It's the faces that she's even making now is already showing that she just doesn't care about my side. So
sir, I'm not gonna listen to either side.
I didn't think I was going
off. If you have something to say about child support, go right ahead. But I'm not gonna listen to you.
I know that.
Bad on her. Go ahead.
No, it's not about that. I'm trying to lead up to the money. If I can't see him, why am I paying so much if I'm not allowed to see him when I'm trying to pay. I already paid that $450 plus the $30. I don't mean to miss court. It's not like I avoid you guys. I turned myself in last time. I'm not trying to avoid this stuff. I'm trying to make the payments. It's just really hard when I'm literally on my own. I'm doing this by myself, not raising anybody is what I'm saying, but my whole life has been really on my own. And it's not that easy, obviously. I know it's an adult life and you have to do what you have to do, but it's not easy. I don't have parents to fall back on. I don't have a roof to fall back on. I'm getting evicted out of that place and I can barely afford to pay that right now. And I do have a training job at KFC today at 12. And I'm trying to make it back. All the mistakes I made before was just because I was a dumb idiot, really, if I can just say it like plainly. I made a lot of dumb mistakes and I'm paying for it to try and catch back up. And it's hard. And I do feel bad that I haven't paid for Zane. And I feel bad that I haven't been there for him. It's not something I want. I never wanted that for my kids. And I'm sorry, Danny.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Huffman. Let me talk to you for a minute about parenting time and child support, Mr. Huffman.
This is the core legal lesson of the whole hearing. Child support and parenting time are treated as separate issues. The judge is about to explain that even if you're getting zero visitation, the support obligation doesn't vanish because the money is framed as the child's needs, not a fee paid to the other parent. Question for you. Should these two issues ever be linked, or is separation the only fair way?
I understand as a dad that parenting time and child support go together in your mind. However, under what the law says, those two things are not connected as strongly as you think that they are. There is an obligation to pay child support even if you do not have parenting time. That's what the law says. It's not something that I'm making up. It's not something that the friend of the court is making up. That is what the law says, period. So even if you have zero parenting time, you are responsible for child support because the child, and again, it's not the child's fault that the child takes money to live. The child didn't have any say in coming into being. The two of you did that. Okay? Mom and dad. So the child has to be taken care of. And child support is one way of divvying up that responsibility. So whether or not you have parenting time is a separate question than if you have child support. It would be good if the two of you could work things out where everything could be together, but you haven't been able to do that. It would be good if you could have more parenting time, but it hasn't happened yet. But the child support continues, and that's for the child. It's not for the benefit of either parent. It's for the child to live on and grow appropriately. Okay? I'm not going to tell you that this is a perfect system. It's hard. Life is hard. I'll grant you that. And I'm not going to tell you that what you told me is any different than a lot of other people that I hear from. Life is not easy for lots of people. That doesn't change your responsibility because the child has certain costs just to live. So I'm not mad at you. I just wanted you to be aware of the differences there as to what the law says. And that's why we treat you like you got treated today by being brought to the jail by not making your child support payments, even though you're not seeing your child. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, Your Honor. But I know I'm not making the payment, or I wasn't making the payments, but I am making the payments now, and I am making an official effort to make those payments.
Well, let's talk about that. So, all right, let's go there. You were ordered on December the 18th to make a $500 payment by January the 2nd. By your own admissions, you're short and late. Okay, not the end of the world, but still not making the payments when you should have made it. And in addition to that,
can I say something on that?
In a minute, yes. We got to kind of do things in order. So let me get done and then I'll let you go. Okay, no, you're all right. You're all right. So you were late on that payment and you haven't been making your normal monthly payments. That $500 payment was kind of like a makeup, right? It was a makeup for ones that you haven't made in the past. And then you were supposed to start making your regular $536 a month payments. You understand?
Yeah. Yes,
all right, go ahead. Tell me what it is that you want me to hear.
The only reason why I didn't make the payment on January 2nd, I had the money, but I had some things come up. Obviously, adult life, my discount tire. I tried to get 2 new tires because the front blew up and the one side had a hump in it. I was trying to wait as long as I could and it wasn't happening. And they had to replace the back. Legally, technically, they have to replace the back before they replace the front. So I had to pay for all 4 tires. And I'm trying to I'm $3,000 behind in rent right now. I'm trying to catch up. And I just got tickets for the no insurance, no tags. Like, I'm trying to catch up. I'm trying not to give up. I'm really not. Especially because I miss my kid, our kid. And I know it doesn't seem like that with the way I've gone about it, but I was kind of reckless and immature. Not even kind of, I was. I'm really hoping that you don't keep me in jail. I'm trying to make these payments. I'm trying to come out of the hole. The hole I dug. You reap what you sow, and I'm trying to unsew a lot of stitches.
Mr. Huffman, I believe what you're telling me. Just the fact that you're standing there telling me that the way that you're telling it to me makes me believe that you are making a better effort than you have in the past. So I'm not disputing anything with you there. My job as a judge is to try to figure out if people are lying to me, number one. And then number two, what to do about the requirements of what the law says. What you've told me about the reason that you didn't make the payment is the same as probably 98% of the people that come before me. I don't believe that you got 500 extra bucks in your bank account and you're not spending it on your kid. I don't believe that. I know that's true. So I assume every time you come in front of me that you had bills that you needed to pay. Like you said, the tires of your truck blew up, the rent's due, the medical payment that you needed to do. I assume that all of those things are true, but that doesn't change the fact that your child has to eat and that there's heat and lights and medical payments and whatever else that goes into putting a child into the world in a way that the child can thrive and succeed. So I don't doubt what you're telling me. I'm not calling you a liar. I believe everything that you're telling me. But those are the normal facts of life. Those are the things that happen to everybody in dealing with child support. It's never easy. It's that I can't put it any plainer. That is how life works. So I'm not mad at you, but I got to figure out now, where do we go with this normal life thing, bills piling up, and how do I get you on the straight and narrow and keep you there so that the payments can be made for all of your bills? Go ahead.
I do have my training for KFC at 12 today. If I get let out, obviously, but I'm probably going to lose that job if I don't.
I hear what you're saying to me. So, Ms. Kraus, when was the last time Mr. Huffman's child support was reviewed?
It appears that it was done in September of 2024.
So relatively recently, a year and a half ago or so, a little over a year. All right. So, Mr. Huffman, you're not entitled to have an automatic review. That comes every 3 years. An automatic review to make sure that your income and the child support recommendation are the same, are consistent. I don't know, because I wasn't the judge in 2024, what your status was then. Is it significantly different now than it was in 2024 in September?
Are you asking like my situation wise?
Your work and income situation.
Oh, it's been on since last year, September. I haven't been able to find a job really since.
All right. In
September, 2 years ago.
In September of 2024. So it would have been more than a year ago. So I assume back then you were working at a minimum wage job, basically.
Yeah. I know I was making decent money for a little bit of time. Not really decent money, but enough to somewhat pay rent, I guess.
All right. Well,
but it wasn't enough to catch up on all my other bills.
Your Honor.
Yes.
The last calculation, I was able to pull up that information. It was based on $11 an hour at full time, which is less than what minimum wage is currently for the state of Michigan.
All right. So it sounds to me like you're at the appropriate level. Even if you were to get a job at KFC, they may be paying you a little bit more than minimum wage, but not a whole lot. And as Ms. Kraus has already indicated, that's where your current income level is for child support purposes, $11 an hour.
Yeah, I can say that last year, 2025, my tax return, I had one job all year and all the rest of them were side jobs. And I've been trying to catch up. Like, I don't want to be a lazy person. I hate being lazy. I hate sitting at home. I want to work. But I burnt a lot of bridges, dumb and young.
When we're dealing with child support issues, the child support formula assumes and presumes that you're working almost full time at least minimum wage. So even if you aren't actually doing that, we're required to use that amount of money in the formula. So I can't reduce it any lower than that. So basically what Ms. Kraus is telling me, and I'm telling you, is we're at the lowest level that it's ever going to be. Okay?
Yes, John.
All right,
Yes.
so I can't.
I don't want to ask for it to be lower, to be honest. I want to be able to catch up.
All right, so I need to get you out and get you working, and I need to get you making payments on a regular basis, and I need you to show up in court. So here's my last issue that I'm going to talk to you about. I told you of the previous failures to appear, October, August, and May, all in last year. That's a pretty steady, I'm not showing up in court stance.
Yeah,
and that makes it difficult for me to say, yeah, go out and get a job and keep making your payments. You see what I'm saying? See, you talk to me about burning bridges. That's a pretty active burning bridges kind of thing. Don't show up.
I know. I woke up at 9:50 that day on court, and I was like, I did it again. And I tried to call immediately. I got on the Zoom call. I was on there for an hour and a half. I even called friend of court. I was like, hey, listen, I'm really sorry. I missed it, but I'm on the Zoom call right now. And they're like, well, we can't do anything about it. I'm like, well, I'm really sorry. I really didn't mean to miss it. I don't want to be missing this because I don't want this bench warrant stuff. I'm good on being in this jail. You know, I used to be okay with being in jail. I'm good. I am good. I'm a peacock. I need to fly.
Okay, Mr. Huffman, here's what's going to happen though. Every time we do this, and this is what I typically do, is I set a deadline for a payment. And if you don't make the payment or you don't show up, I put you in jail, because that's the only way that I have to control you, to get you to do what you're supposed to do. That makes sense?
Yeah, no, it works. It's working pretty dang well.
Well, somewhat. I got some money out of you, and I do have you now, but it's slow, right? Ms. Marcinkowski and your child are not receiving the money when they're supposed to, in the amount that they're supposed to, and we still have to burden the sheriff's department to go out and find you and get you and bring you to court. When
not true. I turned myself in once.
Well, even so, they had to put you up, and we had to do this Zoom call special, and so it's still a problem. By all rights, I should just leave you there for a while. Yeah. I mean, that is what you've earned at this point, is for me to say, no, you need to stay in jail for a while. So here's what I'm going to do. I think that you've convinced me, at least for today, that you can get out. But I need to have full payment. I'm going to set this for a hearing in 30 days. I need to have full payment in 30 days. That's $536.
Okay. All right, I can do that.
Not 500, not 520, not 480, 536 on time. Okay. Ms. Kraus, do we have a date for next month? You know, would you know when that would be scheduled for yet?
It would be March 20, or wait, this is January, I apologize. So February 27th would be the latest date. Not sure how the docket is for that day, but that would be the end of the month.
All right.
Be just short of 30 days though.
Yep, that gives you 4 weeks, 27 days in February. It's a short month, so you'd have 27 days to come up with $536. That would need to be paid. That would need to be paid before that. So really, you got 26 days. If you don't do that, we're going to be right back here, and I'm not going to be letting you out. It's going to be 7 days in jail, because you have the ability.
For a month.
Well, here's what my pattern is. Every month we come back, and every month you don't pay it, it's another 7 days. So it's just like old home week. You're coming back again for another week, and then you're out for 3 weeks, and then you owe me $536 again, and we find out if you pay it or not. And if you don't, you go to jail for another week.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
Well, it doesn't sound like a great plan for you, but it makes it easy for me. And that's I don't have to worry about what's going to happen. I know what's going to happen if you don't do what you're supposed to do. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. Is there any way we could maybe get the papers signed a little early so I could get out and go make some money?
I'm going to get off this Zoom call and I'm going to, Ms. Kraus is going to begin as fast as she can to type the paperwork to get that ready. And when she's done with that, I'll go sign it and it'll get over to the sheriff's department. So we'll get it there as quickly as we can. I'm hoping to get you done and out of there before you have to go to your meeting with the KFC.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So today I'm going to reduce your bond to a PR again.
Yeah.
With the understanding that you will appear at the next court hearing, which is February the 27th. Ms. Kraus will confirm the time for that and we'll send you a notice of that. Okay. And you'll make the payment in full, 536 before that date. If you don't do that, there'll be a bench warrant for your arrest and you'll do 7 days in jail as a result of that. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. That's all for today then. Thank you very much. Good luck to you, Mr. Huffman.
Thank you. Danny, your makeup looks nice.
Thank you all.
You're welcome.
We all set?
This is the core legal lesson of the whole hearing. Child support and parenting time are treated as separate issues. The judge is about to explain that even if you're getting zero visitation, the support obligation doesn't vanish because the money is framed as the child's needs, not a fee paid to the other parent. Question for you. Should these two issues ever be linked, or is separation the only fair way?